Personal Injury Court.
Good day, everyone. This is the matter of Larson versus Reinhardt and Clarkson. Mr. Larson, it's this court's understanding that you are suing Ms. Reinhardt and Ms. Clarkson for $2.4 million for past medical bills, $100,000 for future medical bills, and $2.5 million for pain and suffering, for a total of $5 million. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Reinhardt, Ms. Clarkson, you all believe that his injuries are his fault. That is, you provided a concert, he was injured, he got what he paid for.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, now let's get into the legal sauce. Mr. Larson, tell me how you got to go into this concert.
Well, Your Honor, me and my girlfriend have been dating for 2 years now. We met at a video game convention 2 years ago, and we shared similar interests.
Both you all are music lovers?
Yes. I'm also a pro gamer, so I play video games competitively and sometimes for stream online.
You get paid to play games?
Yes,
okay.
Your Honor.
All right.
And so we were wanting to do something special for our 2-year anniversary, and we have never been to an Epik Starr concert together. Epik Starr is my favorite artist ever. I've been to well over 10 Epik Starr concerts in the past.
So you really like Epik Starr?
Yes.
Ms. Starr, that's gotta feel good.
Yes.
To have fans who love you like that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I just love the way she talks about love and peace in her music.
So she really connects with you with the music.
Yes, and I think she connects with a lot of her fans. When you go to her concerts, they're energetic events. You go and everyone is full of energy.
Ms. Clarkson, you're the owner of this venue, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you have these kind of concerts all the time?
All the time. We actually really wanted Miss Epik Starr to come and perform because it was her American tour. It was the last leg. It's a pretty hype type of atmosphere, so it was standing room only. And she did an amazing job.
So, Ms. Starr, you're expecting all these fans out there, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
People who love you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does it ever get old for you?
No, it doesn't. My most important thing is to make sure my fans are happy. Like he said, I'm about peace, love, and, you know, just connecting with my fans. And that's the most important part to me, making sure everyone's safe and everyone's having a great time, pretty much.
And you mentioned safe. I imagine when you realized that this young man was injured, it kind of got to you.
Yes, Your Honor, because like I said, I do care about my fans, so it does bother me that he is injured.
So, Mr. Larson, you and your girlfriend, you go to the venue. Where do you decide to stand?
Well, we wanted to get as close to the front of the stage as possible because seeing her up in person, she really brings the energy to the whole crowd.
She's got a good show.
Yes, exactly. And she has this signature move she does near the end of every concert.
Signature move?
Yes, where she stage dives off the concert and then crowd surfs around for a while.
Tell me how it happens and what do you do?
At every single one of my concerts, I always do the stage dive or crowd surf.
Okay.
At every single one of them. Like he said, he's been to 10 to 20 of my concerts, so he knows this, that's
you do it every time?
Every single one of them.
This is what my middle son calls the hype move.
Yes, they love it, and that's why I do it every single one, because like I said, it's about pleasing them. So they love when I do it. Everyone knows, so it's an awesome time. They know that I'm coming because I say, like, 3, 2, 1, here I come, like, so that they know that they're ready
so like
for me
3,
to come out.
2, 1,
yeah, and then here I come, and then I jump out, and then, you know, they know that I'm coming. They know to be careful and to pay attention, catch me and everything, yeah.
Okay, and that's what you anticipated, Mr. Larson? That she was going to jump off the stage?
Absolutely. We were trying to
Tell me how you got hurt.
Well, Your Honor, we knew that at the very end of the concert, Epik Starr does her signature stage dive. And since we knew that was coming, we were hoping to get out a little early to avoid the crowds when we were leaving the concert hall. And so we were on our way out. I turned around and suddenly I feel a sharp pain in the back of my neck.
Now, when you turned, did you turn away from the stage?
Yes, Your Honor, towards the exits.
So what happened next after you turned?
I felt the sharp pain in the back of my neck, and it crumpled me over. My girlfriend came over to see if I was all right, and when I turned around, I saw that Epik Starr had kicked me in the back of the head.
If you were turned around, there's no way you could see if I kicked you.
So, Ms. Starr, do you remember this event?
No, I do not recall this at all.
Ms. Clarkson, were you there?
I I was there.
What do
Your
you
Honor-
remember?
Your Honor, I did not see the kick. However, I did see him fall down. I sent over the head of security. He's been with me 10 years. I trust him. And I went over to see if he was okay. He stated that he was fine, that nothing was hurt, that he was okay.
So, Mr.
and
Larson, at
left.
that time, you were okay.
Yes.
You
at
felt the pain, but you weren't
At
feeling
the
much
time,
more
it
than
seemed like a minor injury at best. I was with my girlfriend. I didn't want to seem like a wimp needing help out of
Right.
the theater. But by the time we got to our car, I was having such an excruciating headache that I didn't feel safe driving anymore.
And this was caused by the stage dive.
Yeah.
Ms. Starr, look at the plasma here. This is kind of, is this the way it happens?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is
it
this how you end up when you connect with the crowd?
Yes, Your Honor, it is. That's why I don't see how there's any way that I could have kicked him. How high they hold me up, like I said. I say 3, 2, 1, here I come. They know I'm coming, so they hold it up. That way it's all safe.
Okay, so Ms. Starr jumps off the stage. You feel an impact to the
Yes.
back of your head. Then what happens?
Well, Your Honor, the next day I woke up with continued severe head pain and whiplash.
And you didn't feel this the night before when you were at the concert.
No, it got much worse overnight. And when I finally decided to do something about it, my girlfriend took me to the ER, and the doctors confirmed that I had whiplash from a blunt force trauma to the back of my head. The headaches were included in that. The doctor gave me a neck brace and told me to keep an eye on things, but it didn't get better after that.
Your Honor.
In fact, 10 days later, I suffered a stroke.
For the record, how old are you?
24 years old, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
And you believe this stroke was caused by this stage dive?
Yes, the doctor that I saw after
And
my
the kick in
stroke.
your head?
Yes.
And he said that he had this 10 days later, so I don't get how that has anything to do with my concert. I'm sorry that it happened to you. It's a terrible thing, especially at your age, but it wasn't my fault if it happened 10 days after.
Your Honor, I would like to point out that I do have a witness to the kick in the back of my head.
Okay.
While I had turned around to leave, my girlfriend was still behind me,
And I see
watching Epik Starr.
that you brought your girlfriend.
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you please step to the podium so I can hear from you, because I want to hear what you saw. For the record, what is your name?
My name is Gina McNeil.
Now, Miss McNeil, you were at the concert with Mr. Larson, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me what you saw.
I saw Epik Starr kick him in the back of the head.
That is not true.
It's
But-
exactly true.
I didn't kick him.
Excuse
Obviously,
me,
you're going to take your
The
boyfriend's
security
side.
guard watched it
Folks, we need to have
happen.
order. We need to have order. Please continue, Miss McNeil.
Yes, Your Honor. So he was definitely in pain. The security guard also witnessed it happen along with myself. I also have proof of the text message
No,
he sent me
no,
the next morning.
no.
Excuse me, I'm
No,
talking.
ma'am.
So the
What's your
next
point?
morning, he texted me
Ma'am?
talking about headaches and trouble breathing and chest pains. And
Your
I
Honor.
But that's
brought
not proof
Your
that, that's
Honor
not proof
today.
that
Your
I did
Honor.
it.
So
not proof that I
you
did.
said you have a text message with you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sheriff Matt, could you retrieve that from Miss McNeil?
Your Honor, while you're waiting on that text message, you heard the
Thank
Mr.
you.
Larson state that we offered him.
So, Miss
medical
McNeil, this is the
treatment.
text message that you received?
Yes, Your Honor.
This was the day after this concert?
The morning after.
And this is what you received. It reads, "Hey, babe, that kick really blanked me up. I have terrible whiplash and my chest hurts. I'm going to take a nap. I'll call you when I wake up."
That's ridiculous.
Now, 10 days later, you have a stroke.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me how that developed. What happened? How did you know something had changed?
Well, the headache kept getting increasingly worse as the time went on. And another symptom that I started experiencing was trouble breathing. And these just progressed and continued progressing, clearly to the point where I had a stroke.
I really am sorry.
Miss
that
Clarkson,
this
you
happened
look
to
like you are in pain. Tell me what's on your mind.
I'm just really baffled at the timeline.
What bugs you is the 10 days.
That and the fact that we offered him, we did our due diligence. We
Yes,
followed
ma'am.
protocol. So for
But
him
it
to come
can't
out,
really surprise you that someone would get injured when a person jumps from the stage
Actually,
onto
it really does.
Right?
I actually have
actually does.
Your Honor, I have the shoes I was wearing that night. They're fuzzy boots. I can show you. And there's no way something like this
So Mr. Larson,
could have caused him
you were
any
kicked with
traumas
that
to his
boot?
head.
I was kicked with that boot with a person wearing it.
Large
very
person.
petite.
Sheriff
Jumping off of
Matt,
a 5
would you
foot
retrieve that
stage?
boot
Yeah,
for
it
me?
kinda hurts.
Let me see the boot.
Your attitude hurts, honey.
And Matt, I'm telling you, it's not your size, okay?
A little bit too small, Your Honor.
Now, as I feel on this boot, there's a lot of padding. This is what you were kicked with?
With someone's foot inside of it, yes.
And
Foot
Miss McNeil-
collided with the back of my neck.
This boot hitting him in the back of the head is what you remember.
Yes, Your Honor.
She gave them a "Here I come."
At
Why would you
3, 2,
turn
1, here I
around?
come,
Mr.
like
Larson, did you
precautions.
hear, "Here I come"?
I,
Well, let me ask you this. Had you heard it in the past at Miss Starr's concert?
yes, Your Honor.
So you know the dive is coming.
Yes, Your Honor.
Exactly.
Did you hear it that night?
Your Honor, I did hear the
Thank you.
"Here I come" coming
you.
from the
And you
stage.
By the
Turn
time you're
around.
walking out, it all happened so fast.
And he
But-
chose to turn
exactly.
around.
But
But that
I
was
was
exactly that
already
was his
turned
choice to
around.
turn around. But I never hit anyone. Someone else could have hit
Yes,
you.
you did.
You
Folks,
heard, "Here I come,"
folks-
and you had the precaution.
Order in this court. We'll have order in this court.
Why would he turn
One
around?
of the problems you all are having with this is that there's a 10-day delay between the concert and the stroke. This court consulted a doctor
Okay.
who's going to give us some light on this 10-day delay.
Alrighty.
Sheriff Matt, will you go get Dr. Vaughn? Sure. Dr. Vaughn, come on in.
Thank you.
So, doctor, for the record, state your name, please.
My name is Dr. Neelam Vaughn.
Dr. Vaughn, could you please explain the plaintiff's injuries?
It appears that Mr. Larson suffered from a blunt force trauma to the back of his head and later suffered from a vertebral artery dissection.
Doctor, explain what happens to the body when a person is having a stroke.
So you have an injured vessel, you have blood going through, and it either gets stopped all the way and blocks the artery, or it goes through very slowly. What happens is that you can't have enough oxygen in your brain, which you need for it to keep functioning. See that area right there, all that black area? That's dead tissue from a lack of oxygen, which is what we know as a stroke.
Once the tissue dies, what happens to the brain?
All that brain, that corresponds to things in your body.
So basically, how your body is damaged depends on how much your brain is damaged.
Absolutely, and where it's damaged.
Now, doctor, here, 10 days from day one when he's hitting the back of the head to the time of the stroke, is that possible?
Yes, it's possible. In fact, it's likely.
Thank you, doctor.
My pleasure.
You are released. Mr. Larson, obviously, these injuries have been pretty difficult for you.
Your Honor, for me, these injuries are life-changing. I make my money playing video games, and I need both my arms in order to play games properly. For me, this is game over.
It is not game over. This is a new game beginning. This is a challenge, but your injuries do not define you in any way. You still have a very bright future, and it's time to get excited about the new normal. So things are going to be okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think I've heard enough. I'm ready to render my decision. In every personal injury case, there are three elements. The plaintiff, the people suing, you, Mr. Larson, must prove that your injuries were caused by something they did wrong. That is, wrong caused injury. Here, you decided to go to a concert with your girlfriend. You did not expect to have a life-changing event, and here we are. You all expected kind of the same thing, to have the last leg of your tour be triumphant with this stage dive, and that your forum hosted yet another successful event. The problem is something obviously went wrong. Here, Mr. Larson, you kind of knew she was going to jump off the stage. In fact, how she was going to do it, because you heard, "Here I come." Mr. Larson, you were aware that there was a risk of injury. Here, you understood she was going to dive off the stage, and I find that makes you partially responsible for this. But I find that you all are mostly responsible for it, because this whole thing could have been prevented if you hadn't dived off the stage. Just common sense that when you dive off a stage, even a petite woman like yourself, someone can get hurt. Someone did get hurt. Mr. Larson, you are suing Ms. Reinhardt and Ms. Clarkson for $5 million.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Larson, I'm not giving you the full $5 million because you are partially responsible. And I find that you are 20% responsible for your injuries. Ms. Reinhardt, Ms. Clarkson, I find that each of you is 40% responsible for Mr. Larson's injuries. And in that regard, Mr. Larson, I'm not giving you $5 million, but I am awarding you $4 million against these defendants. That is my final decision, and this matter is adjourned. Our attorneys across America just viewed this case for the first time. Let's hear what Richard Harris has to say.
This case shows us that an injury caused by someone may not be immediately felt by the victim. In a car wreck, for example, you may have so much adrenaline flowing through your system after the impact that the soreness and the pain may not be felt until 2 or 3 days later, when the adrenaline is out of you, just as it did for the plaintiff in this case. So, here's an important tip. When in doubt, get checked out.